Good morning, friends. Welcome to another episode of Honey Apple Farm. I had just got back after a week and a half away, and oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know where to look first. In fact, when I came in last night, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning when Peter and I got home from the airport, and even though it was 1 o'clock and dark, Peter was like, oh, you have to see all the things that have been growing since you left. And he's right. So let me show you what's been going on. We're going to start in the front bed this time, and I present to you our jungle. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the garden update from 2 weeks ago, most of the stuff in here was maybe a couple feet high, and we had one of these yellow things that was about to be ready to go. Those are Coreopsis. And now look, I mean, these are the sunflowers here are all coming up. And you can tell, so down here is where I thinned. Over there is where I did not. I love this. This is so lush and beautiful, and we haven't watered any of this. That's the joy of planting flowers that are adopted to your native environment. They don't need a lot of care. And oh, look, there's fuzzy balls. I'm sure there's a more technical name for them. There's fuzzy balls on at least one of the milkweeds. That is very, very exciting. I need to see if any of the milkweed in the back have come up. And then look at this guy. We're supposed to be putting cosmos and zinnias in here. I'm not sure how many of those, honestly, we're going to get in here because there's a lot of other stuff already happening. None of which was planted, by the way. These sunflowers are coming up, I believe, from seeds from last year, but the Coreopsis and the blanket flowers, those just arrived. Look at how huge this is, guys. These are enormous. Normally the blanket flowers I see are about 2/3 of that size. These things are huge. They are probably like 3 or 4 inches across. And then the chocolate flower over here is just still ticking away. I'm so excited to see all this stuff coming up, especially these. I love these Indian blanket flowers. They're native, they grow amazingly well here, and the colors, the red, you guys know by now, the red just draws my eye with that little bit of yellow on the outside. Oh, they are absolutely glorious. So the other thing that's going on out here, I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see on the video, but if you will recall, I also planted some sunflowers here in the strip between us and the neighbors, and they seem to be doing mostly okay. There's like a tiny one there. There's a bigger one there. I do think I need to come through here probably and check because I'm seeing some gaps in the planting scheme. And happily, we have a crap ton that are ready for transplanting, or I can also put some seed in. Like I see there's a bunch of up along the line there that just don't seem to have made it. So they're definitely doing better down on this end. You can see as I start going this way, you can actually start to see them coming up. So I'm not sure if they're just more protected down here or if there's something in the soil down there that is not happy. We'll see. Well, by the way, not everything is a success. If you guys may recall, we decided to plant some marigolds all along the sidewalk here. Not a single one has germinated. In fact, none of the marigolds we planted anywhere, front or backyard, have germinated. So I'm thinking I might try to start some in one of our extra containers and see if I can get them going that way. And if not, we'll just have to write the pack off as a loss. But here are the sunflowers that I transplanted along the south side of the house. And these all seem to be doing quite well. I'm just taking a look down the line. Some of them are varying heights. This one is not doing well, so I'll probably replace that one. And I don't see, there should be one next to it here, but yeah. Most of them are doing fine, and like I said, I have plenty to transplant and plenty of seeds to start if needed. All right, so now we're back to the fence line here, and if you guys notice, these have not really grown very much in the 2 weeks that I was gone. Sweet peas are cool weather plants, and we have had ridiculously warm weather. It was 90 degrees 2 days ago. It's supposed to be up near 80 today, lots of sun. So I don't know. All of our cool weather crops, I don't know if they're going to make it. Everything that's out along the fence line, because these guys here too, these are our peas and beans and things, they have not grown spectacularly well. And in fact, something I see came in here and ate off whatever that was. So we may just have missed the window on these. I did plant them probably a little bit later than I should have, and we've also had unseasonably warm weather, unseasonably early. I'm just walking along the fence line here, and these guys do not look like they're doing amazingly well. Was thinking this morning, we have a tarp. It's not 55 feet long, but we have a tarp, and I'm wondering if it would make sense to come along and maybe just, I don't know, either hang the tarp on the other side of the fence because the light comes this way, or try to string it along the top in some way, at least to protect some of these, because they're not as prolific as I expected, although there are some, coming out and making themselves known. But there's a lot in here that did not grow at the pace that I thought they would. Even our big guys down here. So, oh look, oh my gosh, look. Oh my gosh, you guys, look. This is, I don't know if this is a pea or a sweet pea, but this one has come all the way up the fence line. He's 4 feet tall and going. I think they're better back here because when the sun moves around here in late afternoon, this fence line casts a shadow this way. And so while this does get a lot of light during the day, it does have shade sooner in the evening. And if I look down here, it looks like the plant that was, oh yeah, see the sweet pea over here is not doing so well, but this guy, which is one of the beans, is actually doing quite well. So moving from not so great to amazing, look at the wildflower bed. It still looked kind of like a ratty mess, but it also looks like wildflower beds. So when I left, there were 2 or 3 primroses open and about a half dozen ready to open. Look, you guys, all those pink things, those are all primroses all the way along. There's all these beautiful clusters of them. And then the yellow flowers are Coreopsis, the same as we have in the front yard. Isn't that pink and yellow? It's just awesome. It's just awesome. And we've got some sunflowers. We've got a big guy coming in back there. And these are the poppies, I believe. And they seem to have grown quite a bit, which is amazing. Oops, I see some trees in here. I'm gonna have to come in and pick out. I don't see the most of what else we planted in here. So I don't know. There should be a lot more stuff coming up. I planted, let's see if there's some milkweed coming up. I planted some milkweed in a crescent basically around this patch and around here, and I don't know if any of that's coming up. I can't even really see if there are any more onions in these first couple rows. They've kind of gotten swallowed up by the vegetation. I may need to come through and trim around them. I know I planted some stuff also in the dirt right behind these. I don't see anything. Oh, I see maybe something that could be coming out. So yeah, what's here is going gloriously. And hopefully more things will come gloriously out of here as the summer goes on. If nothing else, I'll just chuck a bunch of sunflower seeds in here and we'll make it Sunflower Central. Lest you think everything is going well, so the south fence line is not going well, and this is one of our tragedies. So I came out and staked this, and the good news is the staking worked. The bad news is the entire top of this is dead or fallen over. I don't know if I can do this without pricking myself, but right where the anchor comes in here, the bungee cord anchor comes in, the main stem is broken off because we didn't anchor the top half in time and a great wind came through. So I don't know, the leaves are still green. I don't know if it's going to make it or not. So that's something we have to either come out and cut this off or come out and figure out how to plant it. But obviously it's growing babies like crazy. So even though the babies may not produce fruit this year as the tall one would have, you know, it is what it is. This is from the base of the dead one, and I'm glad to see it's coming back, and the sunflower here is doing great. And this one also has a lot of new growth on it, and it was leaning this way naturally, so I'm hoping that that is just fine. This is the north fence line. This is our beans and peas fence line, and this fence line seems to be doing a little bit better. Again, I think it has a little bit more protection from the elements, and also I think maybe the beans are just a little bit hardier, although they will not set fruit if the temperatures are consistently above 85 degrees. So we're almost at the edge of, you know, the end of their fruiting season, and they've barely started growing. But look at this guy. Has come all the way up. They're looking pretty healthy, I have to say. These guys are looking pretty great. All the way down. And look at this. Look at this pea. I actually need to come out here and see if I can redirect it to where it needs to be, which is over. See if we can just do that now. Over to the fence line. Look at that. Look at how twirly and whirly. I love that. I don't know. I love how intricate and tiny and delicate and strong they are all at the same time. So the peas are doing great. They're coming out of the covering and climbing towards the light. It looks like something ate the top off of that one. But mostly the peas and stuff over here are doing fine. So these are what I expected the south fence line to look like. So that's the backyard beds. And now let's talk about the raised beds. The garlic continues to look prolific, which is awesome. Look at the garlic. Excited to start harvesting these in probably 4 to 6 weeks. They're supposed to be due sometime in June, and it is currently just before mid-May. The onions are doing gloriously. Look at these. Look at how healthy and tall our onions are. They're so happy to have protection. This was the bed I put some protection on. Our bok choy has come in. Hello, bok choy. And I think our second baby bok choy has come in, which is great. Absolutely no sign of the marigold I planted in here whatsoever. But look at these. These are some of the onions that I had to put these covers over because they were getting eaten down. And look at how tall and glorious they are. They've just gotten huge. And then this also was one of the beds we had to put some protection on. And our broccoli is starting to look substantial and not just tiny little spindly things. So our 3 broccolis are doing great, as is the grass. Oh, and there's a tree growing in there. So I need to come in here and weed this. But look at how fabulously these onions are doing. So yeah, those are all fantastic successes. Coming over here, so this is, again, we planted marigold seeds along this side of the fence line, zippity doo-dah. Nothing's happening there. The tree that consistently grows behind our downspout is fine. Hello, babies. These are the creeping spiderwort. They're doing great. But again, from here to where the hose is, planted some marigolds in here, nothing doing. So I do still need to come out and correct the angle of our herb bed. But look, we have plenty of herbs. Oops. You guys are looking pretty floppy. You all need some water. Yeah. You need some water. Okay, I've got the hose running because these should be a lot more vigorous, and so should these. We're supposed to get a lot of rain in the next week, and it's supposed to start raining perhaps this afternoon. I'd rather have them overwater and just drain out than underwater. And now we get to our herb bed, which is mostly doing well, except. So let's talk about what's doing well. The lemon balm is fine. Both of the mint, the regular, shadows. The regular mint is fine. The peppermint is fine. The smaller catnips are fine. Ooh, there's a wasp on there. Hello, wasp. I think you're a wasp. Our lettuce, look at our lettuce, guys. Isn't that amazing? Let me get out of the sunlight here so you can see it. Isn't that amazing? These actually are probably at the point where we need to thin them because there's a lot growing here in one space. So we can probably come out and thin at least one of those. And look, the ones that were barely visible in the tour 2 weeks ago have come up. These are the same kinds as these. And then these, look at these, aren't these glorious? There's 2 in each of these pockets. So again, we probably need to come in and harvest one and let the other one continue to grow. And then this is a new kind of, this one's a baby one of this one. Although it looks like we may have lost one of the ones in the other pockets, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this is one of our not so good ones. I don't know what's going on with this guy. I watered it last night. Peter watered it on Sunday. It does not look healthy. 2 weeks ago it was glorious and bushy and amazing. So I don't know if it's got a pest infection. I don't know if it just needs a bunch of water. If the temperatures remain at 90 and above, it is soon going to be time to pull these guys back underneath the protection of the man cave roof. They do still get a lot of sunlight in here, but it is protected from the worst of it. You know, it's sad to see a plant that was really vigorous die, but on the other hand, we have a crap ton of catnip seeds. So if we need to plant some more, we plant some more, like not a big deal. So, gosh, I can't believe how hot it is. It's muggy out here, you guys. It's maybe only 75, but I am sweating just walking around giving you guys a tour. So that's what's going on today. We are home for a week. Actually, I leave tomorrow. Peter and I leave tomorrow for my course contest in Spokane. So there's a few things we need to plant out before I go. We need to get the zinnias and cosmos in the ground. We need to decide if we're putting in the cucumbers and the tomatoes and the hot pepper, which we do from start, and figure out what to do about that berry bush that has cracked in the middle. And I also need to re-level that herb bed that I was just showing you guys, and probably plant some more catnip. Oh, and let me take you inside. I want to show you one other cool thing. Aren't these pretty? Our property manager gave these to Peter while I was away. They're hollyhocks, which I have never grown before, and she says they grow very well here. It might be a little late to plant them, but we'll find out. All right, thanks so much for coming on a tour with me today. So if you have any questions about what's going on in the garden, drop me a comment below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.